Sixers win 117-111 without Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris, you look like a $180 million man last night. 29 points, 1 assist, 7 rebounds on 10 of 15 shooting. He took over in the third quarter. He took over. 16 points in the third quarter alone. He was unstoppable. He was pulling from 3. He was pulling up mid-range. He was getting and ones. He looked great last night, especially in the third quarter. We were down by 12 in the third, 10, 12 points in the third quarter. Tobias Harris brought us all the way back. We tied it up right before the end of the quarter. Tied it up. We go into the fourth quarter and we just take over. And that's what I love about this team. We didn't have Joel Embiid. They didn't have Blake Griffin or Reggie Jackson. Obviously, we should have won that game. Our team is still better than them. We shut them down. Man, our defense is insane. It's insane. 2 steals for Tobias. 1 steal for Horford. 2 steals for Richardson. 2 steals for Tybal. 7 steals for Ben Simmons. 7 steals. Career high. Ben Simmons, 7 steals. Al Horford hit 2 huge 3-pointers at the end of the game to ice it with like 4 minutes, and then right at the end of the shot clock with like 2 minutes left. He finished with 23 points, 5 assists, and 9 rebounds on 50% shooting. He looked good. He started off slow, couldn't really buy a bucket, and then he just turned up in the fourth, which was good because we needed it. We needed those threes to hit it at the end of the game, and he did it. Josh Richardson and Ben Simmons didn't have the best game offensively. Ben finished with 13 points, 10 assists, and 4 rebounds. And Josh Richardson finished with 10 points, 6 assists, and 1 rebound. Look, I don't expect us to go out there and every single one of our starters drop 20 points a game. I don't expect that. It's just not what I expect. I mean, Al Horford's 34. Tobias, I do expect that from Tobias. I expect it from Ben and Joel. Those are the 3 that I expect 20 points a game from. Josh Richardson is young and he's never done it before. He averaged 17 last year. I don't expect him to average 20 this season. Same thing with Horford. Horford averaged 13 last season. And he's only going to get less and less points per season as it goes. I expect that. He's older. Now the bench play. The bench really stepped up. Mike Scott and Shake Milton especially. Mike Scott, 17 points, 5 threes, and 2 clutch free throws at the end of the game. He looked good. He came out firing, and that's what we need. We needed a 3-point threat last night, because if we didn't get that, we would have lost. And threes got us right back into the game. Tobias in the third, Horford to finish it off, and Mike Scott throughout the entire game. Shake Milton also came in. 10 points. Solid bench. And James Ennis had 9. Now, I said it last video about Furkan Korkmaz, and I'll say it again this video. He can't play basketball. He's not good at basketball. Every time he stepped foot on the court last night, the Sixers looked awful. He was fouling 3-point shots. He couldn't buy a bucket. He can't play defense. He can't pass. He can't rebound. Furkan Korkmaz is not a good basketball player, and he needs to go. He cannot be in the rotation if we want to win. He can't be. And I know it's the second game of the season, and I know Brett is testing out the lineups. But from what I've seen the last 2 games from Furkan Korkmaz, he can't play basketball. He can't be a threat on this team because he's only a liability. He can't do anything right on the court, and every time he's in, we look awful. Every time. Every time. The Sixers looked good every time that he wasn't on the court. They went in the third quarter and played their starters almost the entire quarter, and then they put in bench players. And thankfully, Furkan wasn't a part of that, or we would have gotten destroyed. Now, Derrick Rose on the Pistons killed us. Hitting floaters here, jump shots here. He made a 3 down the stretch that made it a little interesting towards the end of the game. Those are the things that we need to not have happen, is having their bench players just go off against us. Because it happened last year with Dinwiddie and Karis LeVert, and I even think Derrick Rose had a good game against us last year. We can't have that. We can't. It's not going to work. Thankfully, we're better, and our team is better, or we could have lost last night. I mean, the Pistons owned us in the first quarter. We were up 12-2 at one point. It ended up being 17-18 at one point. 18-17. Like, they killed us. They were hitting threes. They were getting every call. They shot almost double our free throws in the entire game. Now, I'm not blaming the refs, obviously. I mean, we won the game. But, man, from what I've seen the last 2 games, there's been calls on every play that I've watched. And I can't take it. I hate the NFL for that exact reason, because the refs take over and it's ridiculous to watch. I can't have that in basketball. I can't. It's torture. I'd rather see guys shoot threes and miss them than see guys make free throws. Honestly. Because watching a free throw game is boring. If I wanted to do that, I would go watch a Little League game. I don't want to watch that in the NBA. Now, the Sixers improved to 2-0 on the season. First time since 2013. And the Bucks yesterday lost. They are 1-1. We're 2-1. 1-1 or 2-1. And they lost to the Heat without Jimmy Butler. In overtime. Now, I'm not saying, the Bucks suck. Because they don't. They're the best competition we have in the East. And everybody knows that. But, hey, I'll take any loss that they can get. We play the Hawks on Monday. They are also 2-0 on the season. Trae Young hit a dagger 3 against the Magic yesterday. Look, they're the Hawks. They're young. They're inexperienced. And I don't think they can handle our guys. Honestly, we're too big for them. Trae Young is he's going to play like Kemba. Where we shut Kemba down, we're going to shut Trae Young down. Because our defense is just that much better than everybody else's offense. In the East anyways, I think. Maybe not the Bucks, but everybody else clearly. If people are saying the Celtics are the 3rd best team in the East, we shut them down. We beat them by 13 points. And we had an off game from 3. We only shot like 20-something% from 3 that entire game. I do actually kind of like the Hawks. I will never root for them. But they're a young squad. They're fun to watch. And they're a good young squad. Cam Reddish, Trae Young, John Collins, Kevin Huerter. They have a lot of guys. A lot of good guys. DeAndre Hunter. But the Sixers should go out there and they should take care of business on Monday. They should. Hopefully Joel Embiid comes back with this whole right ankle sprain thing. Please not already. Like, we don't need that. We're supposed to be seeing the MVP Joel Embiid, the Defensive Player of the Year Joel Embiid. Well, he needs to be on the court for all of that. And I think he will. I think he will play on Monday. I think because of Blake Griffin and Reggie Jackson's rest, he would have went if Blake Griffin did play. I think he would have went. But since those guys were out, I think they just gave him the night off, saying look, we don't want you to aggravate it anymore. We'll give you the night off. You play against Atlanta, and then we're back at home, where you can get the rest you need. You can get all that, because we play the Timberwolves on Wednesday of next week. Rocco comes back. He plays us this time because last year he was injured. No Dario. I don't even think Jared Bayless is on a basketball team anymore. Probably better for everybody else in the league. And then obviously you have the Karl-Anthony Towns matchup against Embiid, which is always a pretty fun matchup. But Embiid he's owned every center in the league. Every matchup he's stepped up and he has beaten them. Almost every time. Every time he has better stats. That's it for me. Sixers improved to 2-0 in the season. 117-111 win against the Detroit Pistons. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Hawks on Monday. Peace.